GopherSports.com. We're here with assistant rowing coach Becca Carlton. Becca, you had Big Ten duels last week. It was Minnesota's first chance to see some of the conference action. What did you guys walk away with after Big Ten duels?
Big Ten is really strong this year. I mean, in general, the rowing programs in the Big Ten are always fast. So we knew that going in. I think we wish we were a little bit closer to Michigan and Michigan State. Our novices came out with a great win, so that was definitely a high of the day. But I think we came away knowing that we have a lot of work to do. And I think it was a good wake-up call for all of us. There's a lot of improvement we can make, and this last week we've gotten on the water a lot. So I think we are gaining speed week to week, but we're ready to come back and to be more competitive with the rest of the field.
Talk a little bit about actually getting water time. Obviously, with the Mississippi River, you're not able to practice on here, but you've been going out to some local lakes, including Lake Phalen. Just talk a little bit about how much that helps you.
Oh, it's huge for us. With the river being high, it's very difficult to practice, and in fact impossible right now. It's been an unusual year for us. So going out to the lakes, ice out happened sometime last weekend, so we've been able to go out to the lakes and row, on flat water, getting the athletes out and getting them continuous pieces and strokes. It's huge. So I think we've made a lot of gains this last week with our practices.
You're primarily responsible for the varsity fours. Do you have that? Is it different than dealing with varsity eights, and if so, how?
It is. The fours are smaller and they're tippier, so there's a little bit more skill involved. In the eights, you can go really hard and be a little less technically focused, but we really have to drill the skill. The good thing is they come out of the fours with a really good sense of boat movement. So the hope is that the younger athletes are in the fours, and then when they transition to the eights, they can go really hard and row well. So it's a challenge for them, but it's a really good part of their development as rowers.
Is it hard for some, because we've had some that go from varsity 8 to varsity 4 and back to 8, how difficult or how much of a transition do they have to make?
It can be difficult, definitely, because in the smaller boats, like I said, as they get tippy, it's hard to go as hard as you can, but it is huge in the development, like I said. If they're not doing well in the 8s, sometimes we can fix their issues in the smaller boats and in the 4s. It's a really good teaching tool. They get immediate feedback as their technique isn't right, so it really helps them develop as rowers.
And this weekend, we have the Charles River Challenge. Just talk a little bit about who will be racing this weekend and how you and some of those other boats in the Big Ten will face some of the East Coast teams.
Yeah, so we're really excited to head out east and actually see the Northeast in a different region. I think our athletes, they look forward to racing out of region, and we're going to see how we compare to some of those Northeast schools. We'll see Dartmouth, Syracuse, and Radcliffe on Saturday, and then Sunday's racing will be determined based on Saturday's results. So that'll probably be BU, Northeastern, and some other schools. Radcliffe is historically fast. They're a great program. Dartmouth seems to have some early speed, and Syracuse is a great program too. It is early in the racing season though, and some programs are gaining speed right now, some have plateaued. So I think we're still sorting out who's who and who has speed, and we hope to show that we've gained a lot these last couple of weeks and establish ourselves in the country.
You talk a little bit about going out east. How beneficial is it for you guys not only to see Big Ten competition last weekend, but now, kind of the, quote-unquote non-conference competition this weekend?
It's great. I mean, the Northeast has a similar water situation to us. Like Dartmouth has a frozen lake that they don't get to row on very often, so it's huge for us to race against schools that have the similar elements that we deal with. The crossover is great because it gives us another data point for how we compare to speed around the country.
All right. Thanks, Becca.
Thank you.